Welcome to Grimm Dreams, where shadows whisper and stories come alive. Here we weave chilling tales of magic, mystery, and the unexpected. Perfect for brave little dreamers who aren't afraid of the dark. From haunted woods to cursed castles, every story will send a delightful shiver down your spine. So turn the lights low, pull your blanket tight, and step into a world where dreams are just a little darker. Are you ready for tonight's tale? Tonight's tale is called The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids. There was once an old goat who had 7 little kids, and was as fond of them as ever a mother was of her children. One day, she had to go into the wood to fetch food for them, so she called them all around her. "Dear children," said she, "I am going out into the woods, and while I am gone, be on your guard against the wolf. For if he were to get inside, he would eat you up, skin, bones, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but he may always be known by his hoarse voice and black paws." "Dear mother," answered the kids, "you need not be afraid. We will take good care of ourselves." And the mother bleated, "Goodbye," and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone came knocking at the house door, crying out,
"Open the door, my dear children. Your mother has come back and has brought each of you something."
But the little kids knew it was the wolf by the hoarse voice. "We will not open the door. You are not our mother. She has a sweet, delicate voice, and your voice is hoarse. You must be the wolf." Then off went the wolf to a shop and bought a big lump of chalk. He ate it up to make his voice soft. And then he came back, knocked at the door, and cried, "Open the door, my dear children. Your mother is here and has brought each of you back something." But the wolf had put his black paws against the window, and the kids, seeing this, cried out, "We will not open the door. Our mother has no black paws like you. You must be the wolf." The wolf then ran to a baker.
"Baker, I've hurt my paws. Please spread some dough over them."
And when the baker had plastered his feet, he ran to the miller.
"Miller, throw some white flour over my paws."
But the miller refused, thinking the wolf must mean to harm someone.
"If you don't do it, I'll eat you up,"
cried the wolf. The miller was afraid and did as he was told. And that just shows what men are. And now came the wolf for the 3rd time. He knocked. "Open, children. Your dear mother has come home and brought you each something from the woods. First, show us your paws, so that we may really know if you're our mother or not." And he put up his paws against the window. When they saw that they were white, all seemed right, and they opened the door. When he was inside, they saw it was the wolf, and they were terrified, so tried to hide themselves. The first ran under the table, the second got into the bed, the third into the oven, the fourth in the kitchen, the fifth in the cupboard, the sixth under the sink, and the 7th in the clock case. But the wolf found them all. One after the other he swallowed them down. All but the youngest, who was still hidden in the clock case. And so the wolf, having got what he wanted, strolled forth into the green meadows, and laid himself down under a tree and fell asleep. Not long after, the mother goat came back from the wood, and oh, what a sight met her eyes! The door was standing wide open, the table, chairs and stools were all thrown about, the dishes broken, and the quilt and pillows torn off the beds. She sought her children. They were nowhere to be found. She called each of them by name, but nobody answered, until she came to the name of the youngest. "Here I am, mother, here in the clock case," a little voice cried. And so she helped him out, and heard of how the wolf had come and eaten all of the rest. And oh, how she cried for the loss of her dear children. At last, in her grief, she wandered outdoors, the youngest kid with her. And when they came into the meadow, there they saw the wolf lying under a tree and snoring so loud that the branches shook. The mother goat looked at him carefully on all sides, and she noticed how something inside his body was moving and struggling. "Dear me, can it be that my poor children that he devoured for his evening meal are still alive?" And so she sent the littlest kid back to the house for a pair of shears and a needle and thread. Then she cut the wolf's body open, and no sooner had she made one snip when out came the head of one of the kids, and then one after the other the 6 little kids all jumped out alive and well, for in his greediness the rogue had swallowed them down whole. How delightful this was! So they comforted their dear mother and hopped about like tailors at a wedding. "Now fetch some good hard stones, and we will fill his body with them as he lies asleep," said the mother. And so they fetched some in all haste and put them inside of him, and the mother sewed him up so quickly again that he was none the wiser. When the wolf at last awoke, the stones inside of him made him feel very thirsty, and as he was going to the brook to drink, they struck and rattled one against another, and so he cried out,
What is this I feel inside me, knocking hard against my bones? How should such a thing betide me? They were kids, and now they're stones.
As he came to the brook and stooped to drink, the heavy stones weighed him down, and he fell over into the water and drowned. And when the 7 little kids saw it, they came up running.
"The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!"
They cheered, and taking hands, they danced with their mother all about the place, never to be bothered by the wolf again. Thanks for joining us on Grimm Dreams, where every story brings magic and mystery. Until next time, keep your imagination alive and your nightlight close. You never know what wonders might visit you in your grim dreams.